Hello there, everyone, and welcome to episode 29 of Rally the Creed Live. We're an Assassin's Creed community podcast focusing on content creators within the community. We cover news and everything else related to the franchise. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who has supported us since restart of this season. It's been amazing, and it's been great fun talking to all the great people. Remember, guys, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. 84% of our listeners aren't subscribed to us, so don't forget to subscribe. It massively helps the channel grow. But on to tonight. Tonight we are joined by content creators who is becoming a recognizable and respected voice within the Assassin's Creed community, known for his streams on TikTok, his dedication to the franchise, and his content creation on YouTube and TikTok. But is also known for providing a positive and inclusive space for all within the Assassin's Creed community. Please welcome the Scouse Assassin. Welcome in.
Hi, everyone. Really pleased to be here, James. Thanks very much for inviting me.
We love having people on. As I've only been doing Assassin's Creed stuff for about a year now. So it's really good that I get to talk to so many different people and get to chat.
Someone who's been doing this since 2007.
Yeah, this is. So I've been playing Assassin's Creed since 2007, but on TikTok I've only been doing it the last year. Yeah. So this is great. I get to talk to so many different people, and it's fantastic to pick everyone's brains and see what we all come up with. So on tonight's show, we're going to talk about the Black Flag Resynced. We're going to talk about Hexe. We're also going to talk about Ubisoft firing veteran developers. Ubisoft, cancelling a multiplayer mode for Shadows. We're going to talk about a fan favorite portion of the podcast, which is the pitching of an Assassin's Creed game, and a lot more to get into. So, before we get into all of that, how are you today? How are you doing? And
well, it's been a. I mean, Sunday's always been a sort of quiet day for me, mainly because my wife's a teacher and she has the office on a Sunday because she prepares everything for the following week. But I always get time to do some form of footage, so I can generate a video for posting. Nice. I spent a lot of time doing editing prior to doing anything on YouTube or TikTok. I've only been doing TikTok for just over a year myself.
Oh wow!
But people don't understand that getting into YouTube and TikTok can be quite traumatic.
Yeah,
it's a hard grind. Yeah, you know, and I've been at YouTube now for 3.5 years.
Oh wow!
And I'm still the numbers just aren't getting there. So there's always different twists.
Yeah,
that you can take, things you see on Google, things you listen to, things you should do, things you shouldn't do, and it's a minefield, but it's an enjoyable minefield.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, but my passion was always editing.
Yeah,
I used to edit for a couple of creators. You might know one of them, Bad Boy Beeman.
Okay.
Yeah, and I used to do a lot of Call of Duty stuff. Oh, right, nice. But to be honest, Call of Duty is never my thing. I don't like shooters. It's just not my bag. But I've always enjoyed Assassin's Creed ever since 2007.
Yeah.
When obviously Altair came on the scene, and I've never, to be honest, for many years, I never actually completed one.
Oh wow!
Right. And it's only since I've been doing the YouTube videos that I've actually completed a game. And now, all bar one, I've completed them. And I'm in the middle of, I'm very near the end. I'm on sequence 9 of Assassin's Creed 3.
So is that the one that you haven't completed yet?
That's the only one I haven't completed.
Oh, wow.
Now.
Wow.
So I don't go 100%. That's not my deal. I just enjoy it. Go through the storyline and enjoy the storyline.
Yeah, I see loads of people trying to do the platinums and stuff for all of the games, and I'm not for that either. I just want to play it. I just want to enjoy it and just be there for the fun of it.
It must take hours and hours and hours,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Yeah,
especially Valhalla.
Yeah, oh my god! So I've recently just started playing Valhalla again, and I'm already about an hour and a half in, maybe 2 hours, and already I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can do this to myself. I don't know.
Yeah, you just know how far you've got to go.
Yeah, I don't know if I can put myself through this again.
Well, you know what? I got to a point where where you fight Kjotve at the beginning.
Yeah,
and I get past him. When I first played it, I just struggled and struggled, and I thought, this ain't for me. But you leave it for a bit, then you go back to it. You play something of one of the other games, and you go back to it. You get the skills a bit more. Now I'm a controller player, right?
Yeah, me too.
I've got keyboard and mouse. I've never ever been able to do that. But and you just get the sort of knack, and then they sort of follow through. Just think about the parry.
Yeah.
Right. One of the hardest things I found in Mirage was doing the parry.
Oh yeah, me too.
With that little knife, it's horrible.
Yeah, I hate it.
But then in the likes of Odyssey, it's fantastic.
Yeah. So, one of the things we wanted to talk about was you creating the Scouse Assassin. So, what made you make that jump from editing for people to actually being a content creator yourself? What was the decision in that? What did that look like?
Well, I was editing for Bad Boy Beeman at the time, and I just thought to myself at the time, I was thinking, you know what, I could really do this.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, I have this enjoyment of playing Assassin's Creed games, and I thought, all I've got to do is record them, and then I can edit them myself.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I can post them. And because I used to post them on the Bad Boys channel, as well for him. So on occasion, so it was a pretty straightforward transition. But I was at the beginning, I wasn't the Scouse Assassin.
Oh, okay.
I was called Streamers Fanzone.
Ooh.
Right, and I made a conscious choice about 2.5 years ago that I need to change the name. And, just rebrand it. Because first and foremost, I've got to tell you, I'm not a Scouser, although I might sound like one. Right? I'm what they call a plastic Scouser.
Okay.
Because I live on the Wirral.
Right.
But I thought, I speak Scouse, whether anyone likes that or not. Right? And obviously I like Assassin's Creed games. So obvious, I put them together, Scouse Assassin.
Oh, there you go. So what does living in Liverpool mean to you, and being an assassin and having having a connection with Assassin's Creed and Liverpool and stuff? How do you feel about
the connection for me is simple, right? For all the Assassin's Creed games, right, there's always some form of travesty, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's always someone's been killed and they're trying to avenge that and the likes. But in Liverpool, there's a travesty every day, right? And part of life is just getting around it, and we do that with our humour.
Okay.
More often than not, because everybody has travesties in their life, but we tend to get around it with our humour, and it works for us. But the other thing is if you look around the whole of the Merseyside area, particularly Liverpool, and also where I live, there's lots of Gothic buildings.
Okay.
Right,
nice.
Really sort of old buildings. I'm not going back. I mean, I don't mean we're going back to the 1500s, but I'm sure there are some of them.
Yeah.
But if you go back, we've got like a monastery.
Okay.
As well, with the Benedictine monks, they actually had the first ferry that went across the Mersey.
Oh wow!
And that goes back to the 1500s. So, but that when you look at the buildings, and you sort of look to how you play the games, and the buildings involved, and how you climb up them and whatever else. It really, that connection's there. And it's not that when I'm walking around Liverpool, I said I wouldn't mind climbing that. It's that I don't do that, right? First off, because I couldn't. But when you look at the buildings, you think, well, you could see that in an Assassin's Creed game. We've seen them in the Batman film, so why not?
Yeah, why not? Yeah. We went to London recently for my daughter's birthday, and I literally was like, "Oh my god, I could climb that. I've climbed that, and that's yeah." So I can imagine what it's like. I do whenever we go anywhere. We've got some nice churches and stuff by where I live, and I'm always like, "Oh, I wonder if I could climb that, or how I could climb that," and all that. So it would be. And my son loves Liverpool. He's a massive Liverpool fan. He recently went to.
He's the sensible one in the family, then.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, so he went to Anfield for his birthday and had a walk around and stuff. He really loved that. Yeah. So,
but here's the thing for you, a connection for you, James. What you just mentioned. You talk about London, and if you go to London, and you've played the Assassin's Creed Syndicate,
yeah,
you make that association straight away because of the buildings and the statues and the likes that are there. Okay. Also, if you ever go to Rome or the likes,
yeah,
you can always the Basilica, the arenas, all that. You do make that association. Yeah, you can say, "Well, I've actually climbed that."
Yeah.
Although you were Ezio,
yeah,
but yeah.
I've done that quite a lot. I tend to go, so in Syndicate I can climb Big Ben. I'm sure I could climb it in real life. Probably, maybe.
So.
Don't. And my partner is always like, "No, you couldn't." So, but I did it in a game, so I could probably just like, no, just no.
No.
Just no.
Well, here's the thing for you, because you might not know this, but you might do. Have you ever been in the game and been in a situation when you're on the top of a tower or whatever else and got vertigo? You know that feeling you get when you're high up? But I've done that because I've got vertigo. I don't like heights at all.
Me neither. I hate heights.
But during the game, I get that feeling.
Oh, really? Wow.
Just before you do one of the great leaps of faith.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Oh, wow.
It's a weird sensation. So it's a bit realistic.
Yeah, I don't like heights either, but I've never had that happen to me in game though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. It's a strange sensation.
I bet it is.
Yeah, but it just shows you how realistic they are.
Yeah, but funny you should say that because my dad plays video games, and we used to play a lot of driving games, and sometimes he would get motion sickness while playing.
Yeah.
Those car games. So I can definitely see it. So while we're talking about how you started the Scouse Assassin, what goals do you have for 2026? What's that looking like?
Well, to be fair, I've spent at the beginning I was sort of focusing on getting the views, getting the hours, getting the subscribers on YouTube and TikTok, followers. The TikTok one, not so much, because as I say, I've only been doing it for a short period of time, and the requirements on TikTok to get adverts, etc., is quite high. But you can get the gifts during the live stream. And don't forget out there, if you're enjoying this, don't forget to drop a gift into James there. But it's one of those things, and it's not one of them. I'm not open to requesting it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's probably my age, or so. I feel a bit embarrassed asking for people to drop a gift into me.
Yeah,
I don't mind asking them to spam the likes and that because it's nothing.
Yeah,
but it's not my goal. It never has been my goal to become one of these super duper creators. First and foremost, I'm not good enough. If you look at the likes of Joe Raptor, right, Brad, right, creators like them, and they get to visit all the Ubisoft, startup celebrations and whatever else, don't they? And they get the insights into the game. I've only ever had the pre-play of one game, and it wasn't an Assassin's Creed game.
Oh, really?
And that was Skull and Bones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they get them all the time, so straight away they've got to start, haven't they?
Yeah, but
I think you have to understand all the lore. to understand all the insights into all the games, who made them, who didn't make them, who's involved with the graphics, who's involved with the storyline. I think you have to know all that, and I don't.
There's so much to.
Yeah.
So I've been doing TikTok for about 3 years. I've been doing Assassin's Creed stuff for probably about a year, just over maybe.
Yeah.
When I first started, I was trying to find games that people would like to watch. So I played Call of Duty, I played Fortnite, I played all these different things, and then I was like, oh, actually, why don't I just play a game that I want to play and I want to enjoy it?
Yeah.
So that's when I started doing Assassin's Creed stuff, and by doing that, my followers just instantly overnight just began to grow. And you've been only doing TikTok for a year, and you're at nearly 5,000 followers. That's fantastic.
There's a reason behind that. I think it's to do with. Obviously, live TikTok and the gameplay on live TikTok. There's like a core watchers. Yeah. But I haven't always played Assassin's Creed on that. Okay. And there's specific games where you know that you're going to get views and you're going to get followers. And plus the fact TikTok's all mainly short form, and so you get a lot of followers from that as well.
Yeah.
But Red Dead Redemption always gets a following. Always gets gifts. Always.
Oh, wow.
And it doesn't matter how many times you play it. But you use that as a base.
Yeah.
You get your followers, and then the games you want to play, it's you do that. And I always, it's one of my go back tos. And my favorite game is Assassin's Creed Origins. I love the backdrop of Egypt. I love Bayek as the protagonist. He has got hatred in his heart for the death of his son, right?
Yeah.
And all of them do. They all have something like that. Yeah. That's what I was talking earlier on about travesties. And that, that's part of the basis of any Assassin's Creed game. The battle between the Templars and the Assassins is only second to the concern that the protagonist has got within the story. That's my opinion, anyway.
Yeah, no, it's great because so we tend to do on the podcast, me and Cole, if we're together or with the guests, we do a section where we talk about our week and what we've done this week and stuff. So I'm currently doing a video for YouTube, which I've recently started doing at the beginning of the year. It's going well, ish. But one of the videos I'm just editing now is I'm talking about the fatigue within the Assassin's Creed community. I'd love to know if you've experienced this fatigue with Assassin's Creed or not, or if you haven't yet, or if people in your chat have mentioned that they're feeling fatigued, and why you think that is the case.
Okay, I mean, obviously not physically fatigued.
Yeah,
we're talking about the actual games, the games fatigue. Well, over the years, right? I think, I mean, I think it shows more recently that there's it's like a dips and troughs.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it all depends. Early on, obviously, Assassin's Creed 1 was it just like hit everybody.
Yeah.
This is how a game should be played, and this is the layout, the graphics, everything about it. Although I'd wish they'd remake that, but there we go. But then we were just blown away, weren't we, with the Ezio trilogy?
Yeah.
And I think it just took a massive peak then. But then you go through the games, Unity, Syndicate, and they put a lot into them. I mean, the Black Flag and Rogue. I mean, how many people keep saying, "Oh, Rogue's crap, it's rubbish, it's no good. Yeah. Black Flag's fantastic," and whatever else. I'll tell you now, I enjoyed both. So I didn't really feel, and I think people did with Rogue. They found that drop off, but I think at the time and with Unity as well.
Yeah.
Right. But and then they sort of moved into this open world RPG type thing, and it was fantastic in my opinion, because my favorite games are Odyssey and Origins. Well, Origins is my favorite, but Odyssey, and then they switch back to Mirage to go back to the old stealth, and I love stealth. So there's various parts, and I think it's massively open for various types of people, and what they like in a game. In one game, you've got variation of different types of playing, and it gives you that option. So I don't think people do get fatigued with it, if you know what I mean. I think the niche may have been.
There was a video that I was watching earlier on in the week that was discussing how Black Flag was received at the time of its release, and there was people. He was showing all the comment sections at the time, and there was a lot of people that was like, "Oh my god, just give up with Assassin's Creed already." Da 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 da. And then Black Flag is probably one of the biggest fan favorites right now. Not from me. It's not one of my favorites at all. But I think the fatigue has been there for a while. But like you said, when we jumped from 360 to Xbox One and we got Unity, I think that changed people slightly. And then Unity release wasn't that great. And then you had Syndicate, which I think is personally better than Unity, but only just. And then it goes into this RPG era, which I actually really like. I love the open world. I love that I can play for hours and not have to worry about me spending 50, 60, 70 pound on a video game that I can finish in 20 hours.
Yeah.
And just enjoy myself. But I also think that contributes a little bit to sometimes people go, oh, Valhalla takes me 100 odd hours to complete. And then that's where the fatigue comes. Not necessarily from the game itself, but how long it's taking to complete these games.
Yeah. But on that, James, surely people must look at it and think, well, I've just paid whatever it was with Valhalla at the time, probably 35, 40 quid. Right. And I'm getting all this gameplay. Right? And if you like Assassin's Creed, it may not be really the classic Assassin's Creed, right? It may not be. There's talk of that, but there's, I enjoyed it. Don't care what anyone says, but the idea of it being a classic Assassin's Creed game might not be. They might have an argument, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But you're right, it goes on for hours and hours. And that's just the basic storyline, right? But I just think you're getting a lot for your buck.
Yeah.
Right. But on the flip side of that, you've got Mirage. And people used to complain, oh, it only took me 15 hours. Well, you're not enjoying the game if it only takes you that. What about your side quests? Go off and do them. Enjoy the game.
Yeah. So this is what I've always said about Mirage, is that people complained about the RPG games. So then Ubisoft was like, okay, you want classic AC back. You want one city to explore. You want an assassin. You want stealth. You want Templars and hidden ones and assassins. We'll give it to you. And then people went, I don't like it. I finished it in 30 hours. That's what you literally asked for. You asked for this, and you don't like it. And then obviously Ubisoft must have looked at that and gone, well, nobody likes it, so we'll go back to the RPG games with Shadows, and then nobody likes it. And it's like, and I think this is the problem.
But you can't please all the people all the time.
No, and I think this is why there's such a problem right now, is that the community as a whole doesn't necessarily know what it wants. So if the community doesn't know what it wants, how do we expect Ubisoft to know what to make?
Exactly.
And it's really difficult.
Have you ever thought what the reason why that is? I just think it's because Assassin's Creed, the franchise, is so huge, right? And it's got so much variation within it
Yeah,
that there's something for everybody. And you can't have everything all the time,
yeah,
because, as you say, people are fickle. Some will like Syndicate, some will like Rogue, some will like Odyssey, and they're all different.
yeah.
So no,
Yeah, and I think when it comes to like everyone's, you can really see how different everyone's opinion is based on what their favorite Assassin's Creed is, because the best Assassin's Creed is a subjective thing, so people don't really. So you can't. So I think that AC2 is the best Assassin's Creed game, but there'll be someone out there that thinks that it's Black Flag. There'll be somebody out there that thinks that it's Odyssey or it's Origins. And I think we're all so different that Ubisoft tries to cater for everybody, but they can't.
Yeah, I think Ubisoft are just. I mean, let's face it. These are the guys that have been there since the beginning.
Yeah,
not all of them, but some of them have.
Yeah,
and we're no doubt going to be talking about one of them.
Yeah.
So, but the fact is, they know best, because I don't think they've disappointed anywhere with any of them.
No.
Everything's got a part of it that is really enjoyable. And if you are an Assassin's Creed fan, then you shouldn't complain at any of them.
No.
Because I think they all have their bit. And they've all got stealth in. I've been last one of them, haven't they? So
they have.
And you've all got leaps of faith. Come on. I sometimes wonder what people do complain about.
So I don't like Black Flag, particularly Black Flag, for a multitude of reasons, right? But one of them is that Edward isn't an assassin for the majority of the game.
Yeah,
that's my biggest gripe. But then when you talk to people, especially Black Flag fans, they always are like, well, he becomes an assassin at the end. So, okay, if Bayek became a named assassin, even though he created the hidden ones, you'd be okay with that. If Cassandra became an assassin after the end of Odyssey, would you be okay with that? If Eivor became an assassin after Valhalla, would you be okay with that? And if your answer is no, then you shouldn't like Black Flag, because it's the same. It's literally the same thing.
But there is an argument to say, apart from Altair and Ezio, we know about Bayek and the Brotherhood and the likes, but only from the very beginning in Altair, do you never really see that he's becoming an assassin from the beginning. And Mirage,
yeah,
right? But they tend to have, I've said earlier on, they always have this thing in their life that drives them more than the dream.
Yeah, it's that internal struggle.
Yeah,
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I'm pretty sure that is it only 3 or 4 that we actually see physically get entered into the Brotherhood. And because I don't think we ever see. Oh, maybe I saw somewhere.
Is from the start.
Yeah,
I know it's Ezio obviously is through his father and the likes, but I think Arno does when he meets up with the gang underneath the temple. And I'm trying to think. See, I mean, even in Syndicate, there's no actual pinpoint to say that you're an assassin.
Yeah, no, there isn't. There's just.
But they're always after the Templars. See, that's another thing. They're not always after the Templars in all of them. So they have broken it up and they varied it. But I think it's a personal thing. If you think they're an assassin, then they're an assassin. the only one that really isn't is Rogue, isn't it?
So the only one that I would say
flips. He's a flipper.
Yeah, but the only one I would say that isn't an assassin is Avor. That's the only one that doesn't, like, they're assassin adjacent, but not.
Yeah. I think you're right, and this is why people have this thing with Valhalla not being an Assassin's Creed game, because Avor's a Viking.
Yeah.
That's what he is.
Yeah.
I mean, they're following the Viking storyline of history.
Yeah.
So, there's no real point. It's just the way he goes about finishing people off. Looks like an assassin.
So I'm being told that Cassandra as well, but Cassandra is essentially the start of the Brotherhood. She's the precursor. She was fighting the Order of Ancients before they. So technically,
Cassandra.
Yeah. So I think she counts. I think Avor's the only one I would not count. But we're moving on to some news of the week. And our first story is that we've had a leak from a reliable leaker who suggests that there's going to be a PlayStation State of Play that's going to be announced early this week. But he also thinks that Assassin's Creed will not make an appearance. So Black Flag, the remake, will not make an appearance, which is unfortunate. But what do you think about the lack of information that we have, or even acknowledging that it's real? We even have a statement from the leaker who says that they're not holding it back. There's a reveal and a release set. It's just not time. There's just no time yet, but it's not too far off. So what do you think? Firstly, are you happy with the remake? Next, what do you think about the lack of communication on Ubisoft's part?
Well, firstly, I'm happy with the remake of any Assassin's Creed game. Yeah. It's regardless, because the way technology is progressing, it will only make whatever game better, graphically, right? Not so much with the AI, and I don't want that to take over, because it could do anything with that. But in relation to the Black Flag remake, I just think, how long did it take for Shadows to come out? And it was. I mean, you're not talking weeks. You're talking years.
Yeah.
And if they do it, then first and foremost, they've got a lot of turmoil going on in the company. Haven't they? So they've got to sort out their inner problems first, and they've got to get the right team together. I mean, they've got great people.
Yeah.
But at the moment, that they're loggerheads with each other, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
To have a good collaborating team, then they have to sort that out first.
Yeah.
And that'd have to be done prior to any remake or any new games coming out. And they've also, I mean, to be fair, they've also stopped a lot of their projects. I believe so. It's difficult it's difficult for the company. It's difficult for the creative people within the company. And it's certainly difficult for the fans.
Yeah, definitely.
To be waiting and not knowing.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
They're not knowing.
Because the anticipation of a, as you said earlier, Black Flag is probably one of the favourites.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to put it out there that there's going to be a remake, and then it'd be years and years and years before it is. I tell you what, it sort of it gives the same analogy. Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah.
It's the same type of storyline. It's the same thing. And they're just keeping people hanging on. And when it does eventually come out, because I think it will, it's going to cost you about 150 quid.
Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned GTA, because it's the last couple of episodes that we've done of Rally of the Creed. We've compared Black Flag resynced to GTA so many times.
Yeah.
And I personally don't think that GTA will come out this year, only because I think the same as Black Flag is that they are so highly anticipated by their respective communities that they have to be perfect. They have to be spot on. If they aren't 110% perfect, there's going to be outrage and an absolute uproar. And for Ubisoft, they can't afford to have such a balance, just teetering on the edge of whether this game's fantastic or not. So
the victims of their own success, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they just need to take a second and
as you said, they've got to make it right.
Yeah,
that's the verse. Let's get it right. If it takes an extra year, so be it. But let's get it right. Because they're going to get some criticism no matter what.
Yeah, they will.
But but they want it to be a blockbuster, don't they?
I think the thing is, I think Black Flag, no matter what it is, it will be massive numbers. It will generate so much revenue, but in doing that, it will generate massive amounts of money, and then all of a sudden it will stop the moment that people think that it's bad. So as long as nobody knows anything about it, it would keep generating and keep generating. But the moment people find out, oh, well, this happened, or you can't do this, or you can do this, that will slowly decrease that revenue. So they need to do something big, and it needs to be perfect.
You're going to have those people also. They'll say, well, it's not as good as the original.
Yeah.
So that's always going to happen, regardless of how good it is.
Yeah, it will always be the same.
Assassin's Creed fans are very fickle people.
Oh, definitely, I agree.
Absolutely,
I agree.
As you say, they want perfection.
They want perfection, but then complain that Ubisoft have never delivered perfection.
What are we on number now? It's number 17.
Yeah. So we've just spoken that there's so much going on with Ubisoft right now, and they've already cancelled 6 projects.
Yeah.
We know the Prince of Persia remake. Yeah. They cancelled 3 new IPs, a mobile game, and now it was broken by Zephyrus, our social media manager, earlier on in the week that an Assassin's Creed Shadow multiplayer mode, codenamed League, has also been cancelled. It was supposed to bring back co-op missions like what we saw in Unity, and it's been shut down as of last week. So how do you feel about this? Did you like multiplayer in Assassin's Creed?
Well, I never. I mean, there was always the co-op thing within the game of Unity. The only one that really sort of spent a bit of time with was in Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Right. And to be honest, it was okay.
Yeah.
But I think that given the progression of technology and the likes, and also the games that we've got available to us now in the Assassin's Creed franchise, I don't see any reason why they shouldn't make one.
Yeah.
I think it would be absolutely fantastic. But I mean, we know about Nexus and whatever else.
Yeah.
And if this is supposed to be happening, you're supposed to be able to pick off all your different protagonists at any particular time, that sort of thing. I don't know whether that is suffice.
Yeah.
You want to be able to get your mates in.
Yeah.
Right? If there's 4 or 5 or or whatever, and you want to get them in and be a team, a bunch of assassins against a bunch of Templars.
Yeah.
I think that's what people are looking for. But I don't know. I really, until there's one that you can. I mean, Brotherhood was okay.
Yeah.
But it was clunky.
Yeah.
And I think that if that's the market that they've got, it needs to be a lot better than that.
Yeah. So I don't actually like the co-op in Unity. No. I think it
never used it, to be honest.
I tried it once. I think it gave people too much freedom.
Yeah.
So there's many times that I would join a co-op mission, and then your teammates would run off, get caught, killed, or whatever.
Yeah.
And you're trying to sneak in to assassinate someone, and then you have to restart the mission again, and then you have to do this like 3 or 4 times to restart the mission. And then
I think you've got to the thing is, James, is that everybody's got to be on the same page about what the mission is.
Yeah.
And that's where it fragments, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Because they go off doing their own things, and that's not what it's about.
So I'm annoyed that again they've cancelled another project, especially for Shadows, which I enjoy. It's one of my favorite Assassin's Creed games. So I'm slightly annoyed that they've cancelled this for Shadows, but on the other hand, I'm also not mad at it. I'm not. I personally don't think that multiplayer has a place in Assassin's Creed, because there are too many variables. If you could do it with friends and friends only, that could be okay. But if you were to do it with randoms, I just think it would.
Yeah. It's never going to be like a Call of Duty thing, is it?
Yeah, no.
It's never ever going to be like that. But and you wouldn't want it to be like that.
No.
And I think you've convinced me that there shouldn't be one. And the reason why, the reason why, because I think Assassin's Creed is personal.
Yeah.
Whichever game you play, it becomes personal. It's you against them.
Yeah.
Right. And it's I think that's the basic of a really good Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that's love of the game, I think.
Our next news segment is that Ubisoft has fired a 13-year Assassin's Creed veteran just days after suspending him for speaking out about the company's return to office mandate. So he was fired because he was suspended, because it was alleged he breached the duty of loyalty within Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Apparently, he criticised the return to office policies, the closing down of studios. He doesn't like the fact that Vantage Studios is run by Charlie Guillemot, which is the son of CEO
Eves, in it. Yeah.
Eves, yeah. Citing that he's pretty much only got Unagi Games on his resume. I've never heard of Unagi Games, so I don't.
I have heard of them, but
really,
only like a small.
All right.
Yeah.
So you said that you were a union rep.
Yeah. If I was to get this case right, the first thing I would be doing would be talking to David Crump.
Yeah.
And I'd be saying to him, "What are you doing? First and foremost, as a union now. First and foremost, you've got a contract that says you have to be loyal to the company. But first of it's completely different work contracts that I'm used to. But, and the agreements that were signed probably by him, right? He's in breach of. So you'd have to sort of say, well, you need to calm down a bit. I got the feeling from the information that I've ingested from the Google about it, is that he's got a bit of a beef.
Yeah.
And he's been there for 13 years, don't get me wrong, and he's probably one of their better creators, and he's always been part of the teams. But for some reason, you don't go slagging off the CEO's son, do you? Or the CEO themselves. If you want to do that, you do it collectively.
I think slag off the CEO, I'm all for that. Talk about policies and stuff. Like you said, internally, yes. That's we've all done it when we're at work. We've all talked about our bosses or our colleagues or the situation or policies or whatever. The one thing we've never done is gone to a massive sports news outlet and gone, oh, they should be doing this, or they should be doing that. So
Yeah.
It's really
Well,
frustrating.
he did it through LinkedIn.
Yeah, which is crazy anyway.
Yeah. Because he just opened it up, hasn't he, to everybody?
Yeah.
And any business of any sort would not accept that. But I think, as I said, as a union rep in the past, I would have had to try and sort of diffuse the situation.
Yeah.
I'd have had to speak to them and say, look, all right, he's had a bit of a beef there, and he's going to calm down now, because I made sure that he's going to calm down. And he needed to have calmed down before he put all this out. Unless, of course, he was getting paid to put all that out.
Yeah. So,
so we don't know, do we?
My question is, does I don't know if you would know this, but as a union rep, would you think that he has a case for
unfair dismissal?
Unfair dismissal.
I think the not knowing, where was it? Belgium.
Yeah.
Yeah, not knowing Belgian law and work policies and of the company and the likes. But I would say that he's had a contract he's had to sign, which probably included this loyalty clause, right? And he's probably agreed to that when he got the position, which was probably 13 years ago. I think he worked for the company for 13 years. But saying that, the return to office request, I would find, well, hang on a minute. Well, it's not like they're asking them to go to Tennessee or or Canada or whatever else. It's their local office.
Yeah.
So I don't understand the beef there really, but don't get me wrong. If you're working from home and you're working on Teams, or I'm sure they have better systems, whatever, right? And you're collaborating with your team that way, and you're getting more throughput, productivity, creativity, and the likes, then I understand his arguments. But the other thing is what's happening. Why do they want them to go back to the office?
Yeah.
Is there a reason for it? So, and is it about downsizing?
Yeah.
Because I think that was in there somewhere.
So I also think it had something to do with childcare issues, which returning to the office would make it difficult for some parents who work at the company to entirely get back to work. But again, is this part of their downsizing? If you can't return to the office because this is what we're asking, go somewhere else, basically.
Yeah, I think the thing is with working from home, and it's more popular now than it's ever been.
Yeah,
and the environment that they work in, I think there's no reason why working from home wouldn't be a lot easier.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? And you've got a calmer, more settled individual, unless the kids are running around crazy and you have to look after them all the time, doing the hoovering or whatever else. But it's one of those things. It's if you're in an office environment, then the rules are set, aren't they?
Yeah.
But on the flip side, do they need everybody in there to get the team in there and say, look, this is what's happening, and we're having to downsize? Yeah, maybe that's what they were. If that's what they were in fear of,
it's a difficult one because as we're talking, it also popped into my head. Do you also think that the return to office policy could be potential to stem any possible leaks? Because while you're working at home, you can pretty much do as you wish and as you please, without any oversight. But it would be a lot harder for you to leak anything from the office.
Possibly, but they'll all have an NDA, won't they?
Yeah, it worries. And
then that would be in breach.
Yeah, so it worries me that potentially that's another reason why.
Yeah, but this guy's worked there for 13 years.
Yeah,
he will know the rules and the regulation, what he can and can't do.
Yeah,
Well, let's not forget, it's a cutthroat business.
Yeah.
So if he leaks stuff, then he's only doing himself harm.
Yeah,
and his colleagues, by the way.
Number 3 for our news section, Did you know that it was Charles Lee's birthday today? He was born in 1732 in Darnhall in Cheshire.
I didn't know that.
So yeah, so it was his.
He's old then.
It's his birthday. It was his birthday on Friday. So
wait, was that Assassin's Creed 3?
That is 3. You're playing 3 right now.
Yeah.
What do you think about Charles Lee? Because I actually think he's one of the best antagonists in the series.
Yeah, I think he is. I think he's cool in that respect. But as I say, I mean, I've never finished Assassin's Creed 3, so I don't really know how far into it it's going. But you're right. From where he starts and where you got to find him, and you're hunting him down, especially Connor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think at the moment, you're right. I think, see, with all the other games, you just have individual ones along the way, don't you?
Yeah.
But this guy's there all the time.
Yeah,
and it's like, oh gosh, we didn't get him that time. So it adds to the storyline, doesn't it?
So you said that you've never completed AC3.
Yeah.
Have you played it before?
I played it early when it first came out.
Okay.
Right, and I sort of fell away from it, which I did with a lot of them.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of it was to do with time.
Yeah.
Because I was obviously working, doing a lot of hours then, and so it was difficult to get game time.
Yeah.
Although I always enjoyed playing them when it did. Plus the fact I wasn't as good then as I am now, because you get better as you play, don't you?
Yeah.
So all of them, I played a lot of them, and I only played parts of them. And it's only over the last couple of years that I've actually completed nearly all of them.
So
that's just because I've got that much time on my hands now, being retired.
So what did you think about the what did you think about the twist of Haytham at the beginning of AC3? Because I thought that was fantastic. I thought it was well written. I didn't see it coming. I thought it was really good. How did you feel about it when it first?
Well, to some extent, I didn't expect it.
Yeah.
And I was a bit disappointed, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
Because I thought he would have made an absolutely fantastic. But saying that, afterwards, you realise, and the story went great after that.
Yeah.
You know, I just didn't. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
First, and when it did happen, I just thought, this guy's going to be great in this storyline. You just knew it because of his what's the word? Quintessential English accent.
Yeah.
I think it adds to the character.
Definitely.
The fact that they didn't agree with the British, really.
Yeah.
But he's more. The Templars were right, the British were wrong, and everyone else was wrong. But I just think his way, his mannerisms, it's just how you'd imagine him it would have been at that time.
I also think that this is something that, so I don't know a lot about American history, but this is something that we tend to forget, is that when you mention Charles Lee or Alexander Hamilton or Washington or whatever it might be, they're not really American. Like Hamilton and Charles Lee were born in England and then went over to, and you wouldn't think of Charles Lee as being a northern guy. So it's really great how they, like, even in AC3, he has an American accent. He doesn't have an English accent, I don't think.
And
it's a bit of a northern accent. No.
Yeah, I don't even think it's a northern accent, to be honest. No. But it's the one thing about the franchise is they do nail the history.
Yeah,
it's absolutely great the way they do it, and they've studied the history a lot. and then they built around that. I think they've done a really good job.
I've always loved the history in AC games, because even if it's something that I don't particularly know about, like AC3, for instance, the first thing I do when I'm playing the game is I then end up going online and I end up researching what was going on at the time, how it was supposed to feel. So then when you play these games, you're like, oh, actually, yeah, this feels good. This is what was supposed to happen. And so I've always loved Assassin's Creed for that reason.
Yeah. I've never ever got into that side of the game.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's don't get me wrong. I think you pick that up as you go.
Yeah.
A lot of it. As I say, you're going into I say your Brads and your draw up there levels when you get and you intake that much, digest that much information about the game and the history and who did this part of the game and who did that part of the game. And I'm not knocking anyone for doing that, because if it's their favourite subject, and I get it, right? It's just not for me. First and foremost, I'm too old to worry about it now, right? I can't inwardly digest that much information anymore.
Yeah.
Right? No, I can't say I don't want to.
Yeah.
Because it would take away the enjoyment.
Yeah.
For me. So I just think if you want to know it, play it again. And play it again and play it again.
Just keep playing.
And you'll get everything.
Yeah. So we've got a couple of discussion points to talk about.
Okay.
So today, no, not today, this week, sorry, it was Jesper Kid's birthday. He turned 54, I believe. So obviously he did the Ezio's Family music from AC2, which is essentially...
Was he the musician?
Yeah, so he did the music, and it's the music. It's the music that carried on through the entire franchise. So I was going to ask you,
bass music, the main one.
Yeah, so that main.
Oh yeah.
So that main music that plays through in AC2, that's his composure. That's his music. I was going to ask what your favorite songs are from the franchise. Is there a particular one that stands out for you?
Not really, but because my association with music is not very good.
Okay.
Right? If it taps me foot, then I like it.
Yeah.
So I'd probably have to say a couple of the Black Flag ones.
Okay.
And purely because the toe tapping shanties.
Yeah.
Nice. And I think that's why part of the reason why Black Flag's appreciated is because of that. But the actual main Assassin's tune.
Yeah.
So iconic, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's that guy. What did you say his name was again?
Jesper Kid.
Jesper Kid. Then what a great tune.
It has to be. So Ezio's Family has always been one of my favorite Assassin's Creed tunes ever. It's absolutely fantastic. But after playing Valley of Memory, I don't know if you played it for Mirage. There's a bit of music when Basim's dad leaves.
Is that a DLC?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't played that.
There you go. You need to. Before we continue, you need to go onto Mirage. You need to play it, because it actually is one of Ubisoft's best written stories.
The Valley of Memory.
Valley of Memory. There you go. But there's a bit of music when there's an interaction between Basim and his dad. But the music there is just absolutely fantastic, and that is probably one of my favorite songs in the franchise. My next, do you know that? Have you ever played the game Division 2?
I have got it.
It's a shooter, so.
But no, it's. I mean, I gave it a go for about half an hour, I think.
Oh, so
it's really not. Honest to God, shooters are not really my thing.
Yeah. So I recently,
the closest I get to a shooter is probably Mafia Definitive Edition. That's about the level. So no, I haven't played it.
Division 2, sorry, are doing a collaboration event where you can unlock Assassin's Creed robes.
Okay.
I only downloaded it again to get the robes, but I actually forgot how good the game is. So I've been playing that instead of Assassin's Creed. But I also wanted to know what your hopes are for the future of the franchise. What do you want to look forward to the most, and what do you think they can do with the next?
Well, I think that the anticipation over the last short period of time, it's been about the Hexe game, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And if it's as good as what the reports are, if it's based on what the reports are, then I'm really looking forward to the idea of that.
Yeah.
As long as they don't spoil it with too much magic.
Yeah.
I like the idea of being able to sneak around as a cat.
Yeah.
I like the stealth part of Assassin's Creed, I really do. But whether being a cat, I don't know. I mean, if they put too much magic into it, it'll be trapped. But they have said that it's not going to be a traditional Assassin's Creed, which I don't want it to become Witcher.
Yeah.
You know, it would spoil it, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one, I think. If we can't, how they work out this magic system into Assassin's Creed lore is going to be really difficult, and that's the bit I'm worried about as well. And a couple of our regular listeners are worried about that too. It's just really difficult to see where we can go with this. And I wanted to ask about Black Flag, because what do you think the impact will be upon the community if it's a good game, or two, if it's not that good? What do you think the overall impact is going to be?
Well, I think I've already pretty much answered that with how I feel Assassin's Creed people are.
Yeah,
I think they're very fickle.
Yeah,
I think they're so diverse but they can be diverse because there's that many Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah,
they all have their own different, niceties and dislikes. But I think if Black Flag was to hit the nail on the head, right, introduction of better graphics, I don't think they need to change the storyline too much. Right?
Okay.
I don't, and I think that the anticipation of it is huge. But if it's great, then it's going to kick Ubisoft off again, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then it'll give them the opportunity then to push all the other projects.
Yeah.
I mean, let's not forget, as you mentioned earlier on, about Prince of Persia.
Yeah.
Prince of Persia, the original games are great.
Yeah.
Right. And if they were to bring out a new one, I think that would be fantastic. But I think they need a Black Flag to be successful.
Yeah.
I think they need Hexe. I think they need Hexe to be successful as well, to be able to push them others.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they got a lot of ideas in their head. I mean, we've all got ideas of where would be a great Assassin's Creed game, what area, what part of history, But I've seen a lot of thoughts on World War One, and things like that. But we've all got ideas, so I'm sure Ubisoft have got more than us.
More than
what could happen. So the other thing is, if it's rubbish, if it doesn't hit the needs of the Assassin's Creed family, then it's it could be disastrous for Ubisoft.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
I agree, and this is why I was surprised that the rumor is saying that there's a Black Flag remake, because this is the one that I don't think is as much of it. Let's say they did an AC1 remake. I don't think many people would mind if it wasn't a good remake. But people are so passionate when it comes to Black Flag that I think it has to be perfect. And if it's not perfect, then they're going to complain about it.
Can I just give you one little snippet there? If you look at Altair and the story of Altair, right? If you go to Revelations,
yeah,
and you see the cutscenes,
yeah,
especially when you get into the end and you have to go off and do all these little small missions as Altair, the graphics are a lot better, than what they were in 2007, and you can see the difference that would make to a game, right? And I think Assassin's Creed remaster would be fantastic.
Yeah, I think so too.
Absolutely, and I don't think it would take much for them to do it, and I don't think it would fail because they know the storyline again. Right, it would just look better. So be 120 gigabytes, man. But
I think if they took AC1 and gave it the Shadows treatment, it would be absolutely phenomenal. I think it would be one of the best games we've ever seen. But obviously, we've had a lot of games recently where you don't play as the typical assassin. So obviously, Bayek, Cassandra, Eivor, Narway, Yasuke. So I'm going to ask you, if Hexe comes out and the protagonist isn't an assassin, what damage do you think that's going to do if we play another game that doesn't have a non-assassin protagonist in? Do you think that's going to damage the franchise as a whole? Or do you think
I think that first and foremost, I don't think it will.
I don't think it will either.
No, I think that as they've already mentioned, it's not going to be your typical Assassin's Creed game. I think they might be looking at another direction. With that. And as I said, I hope it's not down like the Witcher route. Although Witcher's a decent enough game in itself. But once again, the people that it's the franchise has gathered over all these years, they're just going to shoot themselves in the foot. And because their fan base, whether they like it or not, are Assassin Creeders. They want assassins. They don't want anything else. Right. The only other flip side would be another Templar. You know what I mean? So that could be a flip, but I just think I don't know. You know what? I'm looking forward to Hexe just to play it, just to see.
Me too.
Right? And I think it will be a decent enough game. But I don't think it's going to be an Assassin's Creed game as we know it.
So
they spent a lot of time over the last couple of games bringing back the old Assassin's Creed stealth. Why did they do that if they're going to just throw it away?
I think now that they've done stealth like Shadows, I don't think you can go back now, because for me, Shadows has the best stealth. So to go backwards now, where we can't go prone, we can't crouch, we can't do these things, the lighting doesn't affect us, I think would be a massive step back. But you actually mentioned something that we've talked about on this show before, is that if they made another Templar game, so how do you think that Hexe would go if it turned out that it was actually a Templar turned assassin? Would you be okay with that? Would that be okay for you?
Well, I don't see any reason why. I wouldn't think it was. I think it would be fine. I mean, we've had one way. Why not try the other way?
So I think.
And if it adds to the overall storyline,
yeah,
I don't see any reason why, But I think the question you got to ask is who would be the next Templar? Who would you have as a Templar?
yeah.
You
It's tough because I don't know much about the Holy Roman Empire in Germany at that time, so I couldn't even pick somebody. But I do like the idea of this Templar turned assassin. We've had it the other way, like you said, with Shay. But if we had a Templar turned assassin, I think that would be really good to see how the assassins would treat a Templar turned assassin. I think would be.
Well, here's the thing for you, because if you in history, whenever there's been like witch trials and whatever else, there's always been a witch finder general.
Yeah.
And this is the guy that goes around hunting them down.
Yeah.
Right? So if the witches, stroke, warlocks, whatever, were Templars, and the Witchfinder General would be an assassin, wouldn't
he? Yeah.
Right? And so that could work.
Yeah, that could.
Yeah.
I like that. That's good.
That could work. And it's round about the right time. I know in England it's round about the right time.
Yeah.
Right? And they reckon there's someone in the region of about, I think there was 30,000 in Germany killed.
Yeah.
At that time.
Okay.
So it's yeah. I don't think Bayer could keep up with that pace though.
So that's our discussion portion done. So we're on to our write-in. So we've had a couple of we've had a write-in from a team leader inside the ESU network who works with the ones who came before. And we've had another write-in from one of our regular listeners, Podge. So we'll do the ESU network team leader, Eric Allen, first. He says that all that Assassin's Creed have to do to get back on course is put focus back on the assassins. We need to be actual assassins again instead of assassin adjacent. If Narway had become an actual assassin, he thinks that the dual protagonist system in Shadows would have landed better. Yeah. And the other part that he thinks they need to solely address is they need to pick a modern day plot and stick with it.
Yeah.
So I want to know what do you think that Ubisoft has to do to get Assassin's Creed back on focus? And did you enjoy the protagonist system in Shadows? And what do you think about the modern day storyline?
Well, first off, I think he's right that we should be looking at assassins.
Yeah.
The whole basis of the story from the very beginning was about assassins, right? That they branched off a lot on other things, but the main storyline is about assassins and what they do, right? And how they go about their business, being in the shadows to save the light, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
All them statements came from the early ones, didn't they? So I just think that, they've got to go back to that and they've got to stick with it, because the millions and millions and millions of people out there that watch, play, cut, paste, post Assassin's Creed stuff.
Yeah.
That's what they want. I don't think there's any doubt that's what they want.
Yeah.
We'll come back to your Shadows statement. First and foremost, Shadows I thought was a great game. Right. But I agree that, they should have emphasized the assassin part. With Nawe particularly, I think. Yasuke, you get it. I get the history, I get the storyline, I get all that. But the connection with assassins is very it's
loose.
It's very loose, you're right. Yeah. And I think you're right, it's going away from the assassins. And maybe this is all part and parcel of the plan.
Yeah.
I don't know. But and a modern day game, to be honest, to fix that, I think we've already touched on it, is bringing back Altair,
Yeah.
and remastering that. But I don't really think this is the way Ubisoft want to go at the moment.
No, me neither.
I think they're trying to they're trying to run before they can walk.
Yeah.
In different areas, they know what they're good at. They know what's been good for them.
Yeah.
As their baseline and their solid base of the company, that's what they should be doing. They can do other games outside of that, which they have done, but they need to stick to the basic storyline of Assassins. Modern day, I don't know.
And then Podger's asked, this kind of leads. The great thing about both these questions is that neither of these two people have spoken to each other, but both questions lead into each other. Yeah. And Podger's question is, where do you see Ubisoft in the next 5 to 10 years? And it kind of works if Assassin's Creed Hexe succeeds. This could give them a good foothold. I don't know. So where do you think that Ubisoft will be in the next 5 to 10 years?
Well, I think first and foremost they've got to sort out their internal issues first.
Yeah.
They've got to solidify their creator base.
Yeah.
Of their employees, because without a shadow of a doubt, they've made some absolutely fantastic video games.
Definitely.
Right. And they probably need to strengthen it as well. And they're probably thinking, well, we need another blockbuster to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So maybe the idea of Black Flag remaster, remake could be that, to give them the revenue then to progress.
Yeah.
If they do that, and Black Flag is fantastic, then I don't think they'll have any problem continuing. Hexe, if that comes out and that makes the money that they really want, and everybody enjoys it, then. But I don't think they will enjoy it. I think they'll be too split.
Yeah, I agree.
I think, as I say, we like what we like, right? And majority of us like assassins to be assassins. They like Templars to be Templars, and we like to go and kill them.
Yeah.
Right. That's in its simplest form. That's what it is. And but I can only wish them all the success, because I don't want it to die off and go away. No. And I want to see different eras and different protagonists. I want to see that in the future.
Yeah, I want to see that.
As long as it's not like a space one or something like that. I don't want to see like, Moon and Mars and all that.
Like way into the future. Yeah. The thing is, they could pick. I think they've kind of shot themselves in the foot, but I think they can pick literally any time period throughout history.
Yeah.
And they could essentially turn it into an Assassin's Creed game. So by that logic, the franchise can never die, because there's always a good.
Yeah. There's always history.
There's always history. So there's always something. But
how many Templars did you see in Shadows?
I think there was like 4 or 5. I think, which is 4
crazy.
Or 5.
How many did you see in the Ezio trilogy?
Oh, I can't even. Yeah. It's that
feud. It's the feud between them, and that's the mix that's required. Yeah, they're the ingredients you need for any great Assassin's Creed game.
I think so.
You've got to have stealth, and you've got to have the leaps of faith, and you've got to have all this great jumping and parkour and whatever else. That's the aesthetics of the game, right? But the main mix is Assassins against Templars.
Yeah, I agree. So that kind of leads me on to a fan favorite of the podcast, which is a pitching of an Assassin's Creed game. So we either ask our guests to pitch a AC game, or we come up with an idea ourselves and we discuss it. So we've talked about Aztecs, we've talked about Australian outback, we've talked about Scotland, we've talked about loads of different places. I want to know.
We've already been to Scotland. But we went to Scotland in Valhalla. So
we did, but the Scotland one was a whole, like the first
brand new one.
Yeah, like a War of Independence, Assassin's Creed with William Wallace.
Yeah.
So
William Wallace, that'd be good, yeah.
Yeah. So my question is, if you were to make an Assassin's Creed game, where would it be? What setting would you use, and how would you have it play out?
Oh, that's a good one. We were talking earlier on, and what was going through my mind was Mongolia.
Okay, we talked about that last week.
And just the idea of all the elephants coming over the hill.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That would be good. But who would be the assassin and who would be the Templars and that? I don't know. I think you have to be, given the fact of the origin of Templars in history. Majority of them do come from the likes of Europe.
Yeah.
Right. So Portugal and Spain and the likes. So you could look at Lisbon, you could look at Madrid. But unfortunately, the more and more you make of them, the more and more it becomes repetitive.
Yeah.
So I think this is why they diversified to like Japan and and the likes. But I think also the Japan thing might have been to do with what was it called? The Yotai game.
Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima, Mongolia would be good in that ilk. But I would always stick Europe.
Okay.
I mean, I'm trying to think now. Yeah, I think maybe. Well, they're going to go to Germany, aren't they?
I think So
So I mean, the Templars are always around that area, but they even. I mean, Templars even got to Canada, So.
The Templars got everywhere.
Then you got the you'd have the English involved as well then.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of history there.
There's a commenter in the chat. Dominic says that, what about Newcastle in the year 200?
Yeah. I don't think they had deep fried marshmallows then.
So
that Dominic Layton.
We've also it is, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
So we also have Genghis Khan would be too fitting not to be an assassin if we had a Mongol game. But I think people forget that in AC2, when you're trying to get Altair's armor, there's the 6 statues in the sanctuary.
Yeah.
And one of the statues is of the guy who killed Genghis Khan. And it was Altair's son. We talked about it last week, that Altair's son goes to Mongolia, and they end up killing Genghis Khan. So it could work.
Genghis Khan would make an ideal Templar, wouldn't he?
Yeah, it's established in lore already, so it could work. That would be pretty cool. Canada, Cole says that would be pretty cool as well. There's so many different. Of course,
it's bloody freezing in Canada.
Yeah, there's so many different ideas to go with that I think would be pretty. A Spanish one would be. I would quite like to see.
I mean, there's so many. I mean, if you think of the explorers around that time, well, if you look at the likes of Vasco da Gama and Christopher Columbus, and all these can be integrated within an Assassin's Creed game quite easily. Same as what's his name? Da Vinci was involved.
Yeah,
they could bring all these people into it, especially around the Iberian area.
Yeah, so they could also bring in not necessarily explorers, but traders like Marco Polo.
Marco Polo, yeah.
He explored. He was a trader. Met one of Genghis Khan's sons. So there's so many different people that they could use as a base for this exploration. Like Cole said, the Assassin's Creed essentially writes itself. The history is our playground.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And while there's history there, and there's, as we know, thousands of years of it, and various countries of their own, so they'll never run out of subjects, will they?
No, I don't think they ever will.
No. If they play the cards right, and they sort themselves out, which I think they will, to be honest.
Yeah, if they can play their cards right and do it right, I think would.
I don't mind waiting, but a period of time, providing they get it right. There's no point in rushing something, and then it just comes out and everyone's, well, I don't know, 60% are not disappointed with it. That ain't going to help them.
No, I agree. So that's the end of that's the end of my list.
Well, that went quick, didn't it?
Yeah, that was. So it was about an hour and a half, an hour and 20 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, enjoyed that.
Fun. I enjoyed talking to you. It was brilliant.
Yeah, it was great, James. Thank you very much for having me on.
It was fantastic having you on, and I will continue to watch your stuff. It's been really good getting to watch you. There was one question I had that I hadn't asked.
You saved this to the last, didn't you?
Yeah,
going to trip me up.
I didn't specifically save it to the last, but a video of yours popped up on my For You page, and it was you picking to play For Honor. It must have been a long time ago, but I wanted to know how you got on with For Honor, and would you like to see For Honor style combat in Assassin's Creed?
Okay, it's a simple answer for me. What I do at the moment with my channel is, because I play so much Assassin's Creed on it, and my content is a lot of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
I try to diversify a little bit on occasion. Yeah. And I've played a vast amount of games, and I've got a lot of playlists on my channel, particularly on YouTube, obviously. Yeah. And so I try other things. For Honor is one of them at the moment, and I've only played the introduction to it.
Yeah,
I haven't really started the storyline of it yet. The actual the battle of it, I mean, I don't see any reason why it wouldn't fit in. I don't think it's any different to Altair or Ezio fighting with a sword.
Yeah,
but it's more like a knight's swords. Like that. It's and axes, and they'll always fit into Assassin's Creed, won't they?
Yeah, definitely.
But I don't know when I'm going to go back to it, or whether I am.
Oh, okay.
It was suggested to me on a TikTok live stream.
Okay.
And I thought I'd go and give that a look. It was reasonably priced, so I thought I'd buy it and just give it a go. And I do that a lot. Right. What's the name? Mafia Definitive Edition. It's quite old then.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know they existed until someone mentioned them to me, and then went on, and I liked the first one, I liked the second one, and I hated the third one.
Oh, I liked the first and the second one. The third one was okay, but
it just went over the top for me, the third one.
Yeah, because the third one I was like, I'm not too fussed about it. I haven't played the Old Country because
I'm in the middle of doing that at the moment. If you check the channel, there's a few on there. Well, when I say that, I'm up to chapter 10 on it, so
nice.
I think there's only 14 in the game, so I'm not far off. But I'm enjoying that.
Oh, good.
But nothing will ever compare to Assassin's Creed Origins. It's always my go-to. If I'm feeling a bit down, or if I've just got a bit of time on my hands, that's the one I go to.
Oh, really?
Or I'll just see more. Just lately, I've started going back to that a bit.
Wow.
But they're the ones. But it's always Origins for me.
Always. That's good. That's good to know that Assassin's Creed has that pull for you, and that's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, it's like my comfort zone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, you know, people like chocolate cake, and that's what they go to when they're feeling a bit down on themselves. But that's, you know, but I'll have a go with anything, absolutely anything. I don't mind.
So I've literally played. I think I've played almost every Ubisoft game or franchise at some point. I don't know. There's just something I just enjoy playing their games, and it was something I didn't even realize until I was going through my library on my Xbox. I was like, oh, there's actually quite a lot of Ubisoft here.
Yeah.
You don't actually realize it until you look at it. But I enjoyed Star Wars Outlaws. Not many people did. I enjoyed Assassin's Creed, Shadows. Yeah, I just like playing video games.
What do you think? You know, when you say you enjoy Shadows, and you think that's your best? Do you think
it's not the best? It's in my top
favorite.
3.
That's your favorite.
Shadows is in my top 3. AC2 is my favorite.
Because there's a part of Shadows, a couple of parts that probably that I dislike about it. First and foremost, it hasn't got a bird.
Yeah.
Right? I got used to the bird.
Yeah.
Right? And the other one was the storms. The actual, because, you know, you're making content and whatever else. When you have the storms and it's in the night, you just can't see anything.
Couldn't see anything.
You have to put the route tracker on.
Yeah.
To be able to know which way you're going to go. So that was a bit frustrating, but I actually like both of those elements in Shadows. Okay. The other thing is climbing. Yeah. When you try to climb anything, I mean, I'm talking about out in the world, not necessarily in the castles. Well, in the world, you can't do it.
Yeah, that is probably my only complaint, really. But the storms, the rain and the snowstorms and what have you, I actually really enjoyed. I think it changed the game.
But it's synonymous with Japan, isn't it?
Yeah, and I really
that's the weather they get. So
yeah. And I think we'd become too reliant on the bird, and I think people forgot how to use eagle vision before the bird. So I actually quite enjoy that.
I like them both.
Yeah,
right. And I think Assassin's Creed without either of them, you know, would be, well, I know people don't use it a lot, or some people don't, but you know, it just makes it a little bit more difficult, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. So, guys, that is the end of this episode.
Will I not get a plug?
You will do. We'll.
No, I mean for myself, I think.
You will do. We've got a section down at the. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. So, before we go, guys, we are ranked on Google. You can find the episodes and clips on YouTube, Spotify, and TikTok. One way of supporting the show is to rate us on Spotify, get involved in the comments sections on YouTube and TikTok, and we'll always reply, do videos and whatever, and we'll talk about it on future episodes of the podcast. You can also get in touch with us via the contact page on the Ones Who Came Before website in the top right-hand corner. And our next episode is episode 30, and that is a Valentine's Day special on the 10th of February, which is Tuesday, and it will be with myself and Cole. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's been listening, all the gifts, all the follows. I've been seeing a lot of followers. That's great. That's fantastic. And before we go, the Scouse Assassin, where can people find you?
Okay, well, predominantly I'm a YouTuber. I only do TikTok part of the time, but at Scouse Assassin on YouTube. If you like Assassin's Creed, I've got all the games there. If you like them, go and check them out.
There you go, guys. head over to YouTube at the Scouse Assassin and go subscribe. You will not be disappointed. I'm excited to see where we can take Rally the Creed in 2026, and I will see you all soon. Good night.